Hey YouTube, this is NJ Full Rider 5, and I've got another Bluetooth speaker for you. This time I'm going to be using the Highway BR12. They're like a compact 2-inch square driver. I'm going to use a couple of ND65 PRs. I'm not sure about the amp yet. I got a TPA 3110, one of those Wushu PA 50W/2 amps, and I got a 502T which uses the TPA 3116. So I'm not sure which amp I'm going to use yet. I gotta look at it and see how I'm going to fit a battery in there and how big the battery is going to be. But the first thing I want to do, like I do with all my other speakers, is get this marked out with tape and get the speakers drilled out. I tested these earlier with my calipers, and it looks like the same hole saw bit will work for both of these. Yep, and I think I'll be using this push button for the power, and I will grab a DC jack for the charging. Hopefully this one I can go with the 4S. I'm not sure just yet, but we'll find out. All the batteries I have right now are 3200 milliamps, so anything I build is going to be high. It's going to be a lot of power for each build. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this 1050 Pelican case with these square drivers. Let me see if I get one out for you real quick. Supposed to be a BMR. I can't think what they call those. I'll have to put it down in the description. But these drivers are supposed to push the sound out like this instead of just like this. And of course, you know, these are just meant for the bass. These don't really have much of a push to them, but the people that have used them have used passive speakers with them, and it sounded really good. So I'm gonna get started, and I'm gonna do like I've been doing with the other Bluetooths. I'll get a piece done, then I'll come back, let you know what's going on, and then I'll move on to the next step. The reason why I'm doing it that way is because a lot of people say that it's kind of pointless to watch these and fast forward. So I figured instead of watching them fast forward, I might as well just go in steps and then explain. If you think that's not a good way of doing it, go ahead and let me know in the comment section, and I'll get started on this build. Alright, so I took masking tape and I found dead center. Well, it's not really dead center, but it's center enough. The passives and the actives. So I'm going to go ahead and drill those out and then set the speakers in place. The only thing I didn't like was these speakers right here didn't seem to come with any kind of gasket. So I might have to make one just to fit this on there. I'm not sure yet. We'll see once I get it up there. It looks like 2 inches, 2 1/8 is a magic number, or 2 inches is a magic number. Or actually, this is 2 1/8. Yeah, 2 1/8. Luckily I have a bit that's 2 1/8. And then I gotta super glue these and cut this little piece off. That's if they're in the way. I don't know yet. Once you set the speakers, you'll know a lot more. So I'm gonna go ahead and drill these out and get them ready for the speakers, and I'll probably end up setting them. So just drilling the holes and then putting the speakers in place, and that'll tell me more. I have a feeling I'm going to be going with the 502L 250 watts Wushu or Wuxi. I know I'm slaughtering the name. The amp says PA 50W/2, so a lot of people say it's a TPA 3116, but usually these guys put on there when it's a 116. Comes with a lot of like DC jack, outer shell, looks like a radiator. So we'll get that put together, and this will probably be the amp that I use. So I will catch you guys on the next part of this video. Okay, so I drilled the holes and put the screws in. I only had trouble with this screw right here. I was off by quite a bit, so I had to drill it out. Now that I got the speakers in there, I can try to figure out where the battery's going to go and where the amp's going to go. The amp should be pretty easy. I mean, it's small as hell. It's really small. I put the heatsink on there and I clamped it up for a little while, and then I'll put the shell on there, and then I'll figure out where I'm going to put this in here along with the battery. Looking online, it says for 12 watts of power you have to run 12 volts through there. So more than likely I'm going to be doing a 3S battery, but this time I'm going to be using a better what's it called, a better BMS. And the reason for it is because this needs to pull 12 volts, 2 amps. So if possible, I might double up and make it 3S2P. Not sure yet. I gotta see what'll fit and what won't fit. And then after that, it's a matter of just drilling one hole, actually 2 holes, one for the knob and one to charge the battery, and that should be it. And this one will be completed. Another simple, easy Bluetooth speaker. 1050 BMRs. Yeah, so here's the finished product. So now on to the next step. Alright, so now it's time to make the battery. I'm going to go with the 3S2P. I've installed the amp and the charging cable. The amp is going to right up the front. It's the power button and the volume button. still has pressure.
Son of a... Bass.
Specs on how to put it together. It's got an amp. The amp's got a power switch. You hooked up the power in the back to a 12-volt battery. Hooked up the amp to the speakers, and I put a BMS that had a charging bottom and a power top. 60 volts. Oh no, 60 amps. So, but this only uses 2. Should get long-lasting play, and yeah, that's about it. If you have any questions, please like, subscribe, and share, and I'll check you guys out in my next video.